Welcome to another episode, everyone. Spoety Face has responded to Munchie B. He promised to fire up his channel and give a response, a lengthy response to Munchie B, and he has done just that. He didn't waste any time. Let's get into it. I won't waste any time either.
So you have one of my co-hosts of the No Jumper podcast, and also somebody that I thought, or I consider, to be a friend, or at least a good associate, of mine, Munchie B. He called me out. He had a few choice words for me that me personally I didn't appreciate, and of course he told me to fire my page up. So here I am right now, man. Munchie B, congratulations, you got my attention, bro. I went ahead and fired up the old Macintosh, man. So let's get into it, man. For those who not aware of the situation going on, I went on Dejan and Tam's page. On their podcast today, and LA. Shout out to them. They always been good peoples to me over there. And I gave some hypotheticals over there. Never mentioned Munchie B name, not once. Every time I mention his name, it's always been, I think that bro misspoken, or he don't always be in his right mind. Basically defending them and not just saying what everybody else been saying.
He don't always be in his right mind. Damn. What mind he be in? The wrong one.
He took exception to that, and felt a certain type of way, and he went on his show, Morals Over Money, and it had a few choice words for me. I was gonna do a reaction. I'm not gonna do a reaction. I'm gonna just straight shoot from the hip, man, in the heart. So he said a couple things that I'd like to get into right now. He said, for some reason he thought I was talking about him, but he said, he said that how can any street dude hang with Not Dejan Paul, excuse me. How can any street dude hang with Poetic Flacco after work or whatever the case is? Knowing what type of content he put out and knowing his angles, and knowing that he puts out the propaganda that he does. So my whole thing would be that to this is Munchie B never one had, like, in my personal opinion, Munchie B never one time had a personal problem with Poetic Flacco. Even after these allegations that he's exposing Flacco, he's bringing this up. Before they got into it with Munchie, you never had a problem with him. Now you get into it with him, you have a problem with him. You knew he was dealing with an underage escort, or streetwalker, as you would call her, before then, but you don't have a problem with that. When you got into, now that you were into them, you have a problem with it. To me, these are showing like character flaws. You telling me, so I want to.
Yeah, that does happen a lot. I don't know about Munchie B personally, or his situation with Poetic Flacco. I know they've been going back and forth. I haven't gotten into that. They've been going at each other for a few months now, basically, and they just went at it on No Jumper, went crazy on each other, etc. Poetic Flacco called in or whatever, went off on Munchie B. I didn't cover that stuff, but it happens a lot where individuals get into it on the internet, and then all sort of stuff starts coming out about the individual that they got into it with. They were first cool. You knew all of this stuff about him before y'all got into it. You didn't expose anything. And then when they get into it, we've seen it a lot lately. Individuals saying, man, you a snitch. You've been a snitch. Well, you knew that when you was cool with him. But now that y'all have gotten into it, now you want to expose him and tell everybody that he's a snitch, or he's a mark, or he's a buster, this and that. Or he's dealing with underage girls. Well, you knew that when you was chilling with him, and you didn't have a problem with it until y'all got into it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I want to get this straight. So you're mad at me for saying basically Poetic Flacco, although I've been on record saying that I don't agree how Flacco, what his content. I don't agree with Flacco, his shenanigans and his antics and his tactics that he do, and his so-called war against street dudes and gang members. I don't agree with that. But Munchie wants me to side with him because he's at war with Flacco. And I've been neutral for the simple fact, though, even though I don't agree with Flacco, what he does, he has a right to make a living, bro. He has a right to make a living. Not only he has a right to make a living, like what is Poetic Flacco doing that ain't nobody else doing? We all in this content creator space. I don't hate on no man about getting their money, bro, especially no black man. I would never do that, bro. So you basically telling me that people can go to work with Flacco, but you can't hang with Flacco after work. I'm lost. Make it make sense to me, Munchie B. Make it make sense to me, because you said the question that I was asked by Dejan Paul of A Day in the Lake podcast, do I think that street dudes should hang out or have an existing relationship with with Poetic Flacco after they clock off work? And I said, yeah, why not? If you're a street dude, you know the rules and the guidelines. You shouldn't be talking to Flacco. You shouldn't be discussing no type of street stuff with this dude. That's like us as street members, as gang members. When you do whatever you're doing in the street, we don't bring that home. Real niggas don't bring that home. You ain't telling them, you ain't talking to your mom or your girlfriend or your sister how you done slid and you done did this and do that. Real ones don't do that unless you're trying to get caught or you trying to rat on somebody else, bro. I don't do that. I don't know nobody really to do that. So my whole thing is, you have a problem with me saying that I don't have a problem with street dudes hanging with him as long as they conduct themselves how they supposed to conduct themselves, but you don't got a problem with people going to work with them. Make that make sense, Munchie B. So you don't have a problem with T-Rail and Smack and Sharky and everybody else that got business dealings with Poetic Flacco when it's at work, but when it's off work, it's a problem. Like, make that make sense, brother. Make that make sense. You can't hang with them after work after you clock out, but you can hang with them while you working. This the selective politicking that I don't like and I don't appreciate, and that's why I try to stay away from it. And if you really just wait, kick back and see, people, they expose themselves to you all the time, bro. They expose their true intentions and they expose how they really feel about you. Nothing I said that on Dejan and Tam.
Well, I would certainly agree with that. You know, if he's not good to hang with at the work, he's not good to hang with at work. Makes sense.
Podcast was demeaning, degrading, insinuating anything about Munchie B. I just gave a scenario and I stated the obvious. And the scenario in the obvious that I stated was and I even put it in a hypothetical form. And this is a fact. Anything that's used, if one person's statement is used to convict or make somebody take a plea bargain with your statement to the streets, you're considered to be a rat. That's just a fact, because your name is on paperwork. Not only is your name is on paperwork, your statement was used to impact someone else's case or to get them time. How is that not being a rat? I'm lost. And then he say, I don't know if I had plenty of co-defendants before. You ain't never been to the pen. I done been to the pen plenty of times, Munchie B. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna debate that. You know, you kind of went low, which I don't care about. I'm not gonna go low, because I don't want to turn this into no hood thing. I don't want to turn this into no beef, because it ain't no beef. I can't beef with a person who we can't settle our differences. It don't have to be somebody else that's settling our differences. So, you know, again, I'm gonna just say for right now, I just feel the brother, you know, clearly he had a cut water in his hand. Maybe he just had one too many and he misspoke. Or right now you're speaking out of place, because in my personal opinion, you sound dumb and it has no merit. It has no logic. Like your point Has no logic. I'm literally been the only nigga who's been defending you, bro, or not making content. I could have ran the numbers up, bro, when this first came out. I didn't even make content about it. You make content about me, though, and what's going on me. I never made content about it. When I've been on these circuits, when I've been on these tours, I ain't said nothing bad about you. But you all of a sudden, you want to come out and just say weird shit? So let's talk about it. If your statement is you.
That's true, though, man. You know, as I said yesterday or so when I was covering one of these videos with Spoety Face and Munchie B was going back and forth a little bit. Spoety Face, I had said a few things about him, you know, before in the past. Thought he was maybe straddling the fence. He's in the street, 410, 40, 40 Crip, you know, Turtle, who I know of. You know, I know Spoety Face before content. And then on the other hand, he working with the community and all that. So I wasn't exactly sure. I said as much a couple of times. Spoety Face said in one of the videos, you know, that he know that I came at him a couple of times, but he never responded to me. So he knew it. Like he knew I came at him a little bit. And I didn't really come at him, but I mean, you know, but he never responded to me. And, you know, he's just going back and forth with one individual on the internet. But other than that, he doesn't really go back and forth like that with a lot of situations and a lot of beef. So he's just saying, with Munchie B, I never even ran content on you, you know. But now you're running content on me. He sure is.
To convict or make somebody take a plea bargain, how is that you not being a rat? It don't matter if you was saying it trolling. It doesn't matter if you was saying it plainly. If you don't matter if you was trying to just line or whatever. It does not matter, bro. It does not matter. And now you want to say you was trolling. Who trolls like that, bro? You can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at Flacco. You can't get mad at nobody that do content on that because you put that on the internet. You can't get mad at him if he takes something and runs with it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But you got to hold yourself accountable, brother. You got to hold yourself accountable. You made that situation. You made that situation, bro, whether you was lit or you said it knowledge or the trolling or not, that came out of your mouth. So how do you get mad when somebody running content on what you said, whether we agree with it or not? No, I don't agree with it, but it came out your mouth. So when is any accountability going to be taken on your behalf? It's none taken. Y'all don't sit up here. Look again. Look, I don't like the whole civilian things and all that, but the selective politicking gotta stop. When you turn on the news, you turn on Channel 5, you turn on Channel 7, you're not getting mad at the anchors and the newscasters up there for reporting the news. So why are you gonna report? You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna get mad when this nigga he reporting his news? This is how he make a living. It's bullshit. A lot of it is BS. Yeah, but this how you make a living. I'm not gonna never tell a man not to stop. You know how many people you don't respect Poeta Flacco about what he doing and all that, but you can respect you can respect the prostitute getting money. You respect the person that's lying, stealing, and killing out here to get money, but this is what he doing to feed his family. Everybody know he BSing, and I don't condone what Flacco's doing. I'm not taking up for Flacco. I don't have no cape on, no nothing. Flacco would be the first person to tell you. I always tell him, bro, I don't agree with your content. I don't like what you doing. We have plenty of conversations like that, so I ain't putting on a cape for him. It's just like, what is he doing that everybody else ain't doing? Y'all ain't mad at Trap Lord Ross? Y'all ain't mad at 10-9 Jake and all them? They doing the same thing. Vlad, Adam 22, niggas ain't mad at that. Now let's touch on that. You saying can't no real street dude do that, or you disappointed because I said that. You the same dude, you talking about Poeta Flacco trying to get you to go to jail, which he probably is. I'm not disputing that. But how's Poeta Flacco not trying to get you to jail with Adam 22 doing the same shit? He literally, Adam 22 literally said, Spoety Face just want to kill people and Munchie B carry guns around. He specifically on multiple occasions, multiple episodes said that you carry firearms around. He said, I told Munchie B to stop carrying firearms, but you don't got none of that energy towards Adam 22. But you feel like you upset with me for stating the obvious. You're so mad at Flacco, but the police even investigating, they investigating you up there. They coming up there to your job. You ain't mad about you almost going to jail up there, but you mad at Flacco. I'm just lost, bro. I understand that you guys are into it right now, but I'm just cool on the selective politicking, bro. And then you gonna say, oh, well, you know, Spoety face, I didn't call him because I feel like only person gonna get a call is a person who deserving or deserve that or I respect. If you didn't feel like I was deserving or you didn't feel like you respect me, you should have never been in my face then, Brody. Come on. I don't play fake. Like, I don't do the fake stuff. So that's another character flaw, bro. That's another character flaw. I'm not gonna never shake nobody hand that I don't mess with. I'm not gonna never talk to nobody that I don't F with, bro. That's just me. You niggas be out here pretending, y'all be out here faking. That ain't me. It's all cool though. I'm not really tripping. He's like, oh, I thought he was a genuine guy, nigga. I went against the whole squad for you, bro. To be able to sit down with you. You know how many of my niggas from rolling 60s and 9-0 and rolling hundreds mad at me because I sit down with you or I call you my bro? I'm like, nah, bro, cool. Or niggas get mad because I don't drop the low on you?
Hey.
If that's not G.
Oh, man, it's coming out now. It's coming out a little bit now. So Spoety face said individuals were upset that he was sitting down with Munchie B. You know, that was the rumor for a little while that people were saying Spoety face got a DP and all this for sitting down with Munchie B. I don't know about all that, but he's admitting here that individuals were upset, as he said, from 6-0, 9-0. Of course, his homies from 4-0 were upset with him sitting down with Munchie B. He said that he went against them. And he said that they were upset because he wouldn't drop Munchie B's low. Those who do not know, that is location. That they wanted to know where Munchie B was at. Drop his low. Give us his low. They wanted Spoety face to turn on Munchie B. Give us his location so we can finish him off. That's nasty work. But Spoety said he didn't do it. He said he went against his own crew, basically. He went against his own homies. He didn't turn Munchie B in to the piranhas. That's nasty.
Brother, I don't know what to tell you. If that's not genuine, I don't know what to tell you. So you can't don't never put that on my name. I thought he was genuine. Nigga, I am a genuine. I'm the only nigga who ain't ran content on your situation, bro. I could have ran it up a whole lot. You get under the influence, bro. You let that bottle and it takes you to a whole nother place, bro. But like I said before, bro, I felt like you misspoke. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you been speaking again. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to ignore that, bro. I'm going to go ahead and ignore that. Because I don't want to turn this into no hood stuff or anything like that. But I'm going to go ahead and ignore that. But if you say it again, I know you for real. I know you for real. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Munchie, you got to do better. You got to do better. You got to understand what you representing out here, homie. You got to understand what we representing. Just like I told all them people that was mad at me when I sit down with you, or, you know what I'm saying, I was messing with you and all that. I told them, it's not about me. It's not about him. It's bigger than us. And that's what you need to see, bro. You a leader of the generation, bro, whether you acknowledge that or not. Whether you deserve it or not. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they F with you because you B team, bro. You got a responsibility out here to be, you know what I'm saying, to acknowledge the power in your usage of words. You can't be out here just saying anything, bro. You try to go low a little bit. I'm not gonna go low. I can say all type of stuff. I could go low. I can say all type of stuff, but I won't though, because it's bigger than me and you, bro. This a whole generation that we trying to unite, brother. A whole generation that we trying to unite. If I do that now, what, the Crips and the Bloods gonna get into it, and nah, I'm not doing all that, bro. I got too many niggas over there from IF, bro. I fuck with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love, but me and you, that's different, homie. That's different. And then you say, oh, the dude, Whack 100, you know, why didn't reply when Whack 100, you know, said, hold on. Yeah, he said, why didn't plot that? Sorry about that. Why didn't reply when Whack 100? Damn, this shit got dark. why I didn't reply when Whack 100. Damn, let me see. This is my daughter, bro. It's on my phone. No, I'm in the shade, but damn. Oh shit, I don't know. I think it's just a shade. Then you saying why I didn't reply when Whack 100 put the propaganda out there. Why would I reply? Why would I reply? I've been on vacation. You see what I'm doing? I've been on vacation for a whole month. I ain't uploaded, nigga, nothing on my page for a whole month. I don't gotta reply to no nonsense, nigga. The fuck are you talking about, nigga? And then you sitting up here putting on Inglewood family on family time. Inglewood family what, blood? Oh, Inglewood family's what? Like, we not gonna do that, man. Keep the hood shit out of it and all that. You get the banging stuff on the hood and all that, bro. Come on, man. Cause I can say on 40 neighborhood Crip this and 40 neighborhood Crip that shit ain't gonna mean nothing. Like, you doing that to say what? Like, you not making no sense right now. Why would it? We both know Whack 100 lies about everything. Why would you even take that serious? And then this, I'm gonna say this to even kill a point. You said Whack 100 said that he told me to say, he told me to ask him. He told somebody to ask me something to ask you, and then you turn around and acknowledge that I never asked you that. So that's to let you know a nigga never told me that, bro. Like, I'm lost. Like, are you not getting what's going on? If you acknowledge, if Whack said that he asked somebody to ask me something to ask you, and then you say, well, he never asked me that. So if I never asked you that, bro, that means I didn't acknowledge it, or nigga, it didn't happen. Common sense will tell you that. Conventional wisdom will tell you that, brother. Like, what we doing? Like, what is we doing? Like, what is we doing, bro? Yeah, but you said something else, man. He said something else. Oh yeah, then he say, oh yeah, you know, I guess that's why the 40s and you bringing the homies up. Now, like, bro, I'm not gonna turn this into. I can say all type of shit. Nobody online talking about how the Inglewood families, you know what I'm saying, stealing Pokemon cards and all. I'm not doing none of that, bro. Every individual is every individual. Just because one individual do something does not mean it's a reflection of that community, homie. I F with all the communities. That's not turning that, but to your point, we can keep it strictly on topic.
That's sick work.
Nigga, I ain't never worked with Whack 100. That's what you saying right now is bunk, bro. What you're doing right now is bunk. You sitting up here mad at a black man, but you sit up there and go to the white man and do the same shit that Flacco do, bro, every day. YG just got indicted. Was it over your statement? I mean, or what you said? I don't know. Maybe your feet to the fire, you know what I'm saying? It's getting hot, your feet to the fire. I don't know what it is, bro. But you see what's going on? I'm lost, brother.
Oh, that's nasty work. Damn. Well, YG did not get indicted unless something changed overnight when I was asleep, which is possible. Shit. The way the world works. But at last count, YG have been detained, as I covered yesterday here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. YG was detained. They did serve a homicide search warrant on YG's property or some sort of commercial venue linked to him in Burbank, California yesterday at 6:30 a.m. Regarding Draco the Ruler's killing. The Feds said as much. Feds and LAPD rated and said as much, that it was over Draco the Ruler's killing. So Spoety Face, of course, is here saying, is it over the statement that Munchie B made on the podcast? I don't know. Oh, damn. That's sick. But he's oh, man. Damn. He said YG got indicted. He didn't get indicted. He got detained and they let him go. Searched his property, though. As I said when I covered that, they trying to build something on someone. They looking for some evidence. Apparently, they believe YG was involved in some sort of way or has knowledge about what happened. and they're trying to, gather that evidence. I don't know, but it's not a good sign when the federales come raid your spot. That's for sure. With a homicide warrant, looking for evidence involving a homicide. That's not good.
I really am. But man, shout out to you, man. Y'all go check his page out over morals over money. Nigga, I'm cool on that situation, bro. Niggas, you get some liquor in your system and just go against the whole, you know what I'm saying? the whole cause. Yeah, I'm cool. I don't want to go that route. It ain't no beef, so just like I said, man, anybody that's thinking it's a beef with me and Munchie B, ain't no beef, because it can't be no beef. Can't be no beef, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I wish him success. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking. Disappointed is an understatement. It's an understatement, bro. You listening to a nigga who you beefing with. Why would I ever listen to it? Why would I ever listen to a person who said F my dead mom and my kids? Why would I ever talk? Like, that don't even make sense, Munchie B. Like, what are you talking about, brother? But yeah, man, go ahead and do your thing, because I'm definitely gonna do my thing. And yeah, you sound dumb though. You sound dumb and uneducated. You basically saying no street niggas should fuck with Flacco outside of work, but you can work with him, but you can't mess with him outside of work. Oh, matter of fact, I do get that. You can't say, and it's another thing I want to talk about, because Munchie B, he selected politics all the time. You sit up here and do podcasts with people that have been on 50-50 yards, PDF charges, all type of stuff. But you get mad when somebody else say, oh, they cool, they don't have a problem with Poetic Flacco. Why you not mad at Dejan Paul for asking the questions? Why you not saying that to T-Rail or smacking them, you know what I mean, for having shows with Flacco? Why you ain't talking about it to nobody else? Why you ain't mad at nobody else? With his hidden animosity? What, you really don't like the homies? What, you really don't like me? You should have just said so, bro. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. Cause it's all love, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't need no friends out here, bro. I ain't begging a nigga to be my friend. Dead homies. We met on some gangster shit, so it ain't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we met on some gangster shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't really care about that. Again, I ain't gonna go low. You try to go low, I'ma just go high. Then we just gonna keep it rap. You wanna make content? You told me to, you know what I'm saying, bust my page out, man. I fired it back up. That's what we gonna do. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing none of that, bro, because it's no question to be had. It's no question to be had. It's not even in the debate. Because you're saying a real street nigga, but you saying, how could you be a real, would you pick and choose when you be a real street nigga, Munchie B? So you can go to work with the same, you don't care if people mess with him at work, actually congregate with him at work, but once you get off work, so when we go to the parking lot, that has to cut off. Like, what are you saying? Make it make sense. You could do business and you could do a podcast with Poetic Flacco, but once outside of work, you can't mess with him. Y'all get down in the comments below and tell me, man, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Everybody sitting up here talking about, oh, why people still messing with Poetic Flacco and doing business with him and all that. If you if you go to work, you mess with all type of people anyway. You dealing with PDFs, rapists, bigots, racists, all type of shit. But you deal with them because you at work. So how is that any different? So you telling me you don't have a problem with T-Rail, you don't have a problem with Smack, you don't have a problem with Sharky, you don't have a problem with Adam 22, you don't have a problem with Les, nobody else to deal with him. But with Spoety Face speak up or something like that, you're just disappointed and you have a problem with it. But you don't care about the white man trying to put you in jail. Okay. Y'all get in my comments below, man. I'm back. Y'all let me know, man. Am I tripping or anything, man? If you ain't, like I said before, you ain't already like, comment, and subscribe, make sure you do so right now. I'm in the sun. I don't know, man, the shade getting to me or whatever.
All right, there you have it. Nephew, Spoety Face, my nephew, his response, I was just trying to let him speak. I don't want to insert my opinion too much into this situation because they were just real cool with one another, and they may end up being cool again. Spoety Face may end up back on No Jumper. I think Adam said that, Spoety Face said that he would think about it. I don't know, because he's made comments about Adam lately, a little bit, said some things yesterday. as well. Like, you're not mad at Adam on all the stuff that he does, but you mad at me, etc. He hasn't went back yet, and as we can see, he has not even been on this page. He was explaining a little bit earlier on in this video why he hadn't been on the page, that he was just enjoying the summer. But, apparently Munchie B got him to fire his page back up, so it's fired back up now. And I'm assuming he's going to stay on it, be back on his page, be back on YouTube. It's not easy getting up doing this stuff every day. It may seem like it, you got to be committed, you got to be dedicated. You get burnt out, what have you. So I don't know. He had lost his other page. He took a break, understandably. But it looks like he may be back now. I don't want to speak for him, but he certainly fired up his page right here. Munchie B asked him to respond, and he did. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go check out his page, Poetic Justice /Spoety Face. Right now it says Spoety Face on there. So I'm not sure. But you can find him. Spoety Face, Poetic Justice. He's on a quest to 10,000 subscribers trying to get there. Of course, his other page would probably be at 50 by now. It was going. That's neither here nor there at this point. You got to, he's trying to get this one back going. Let's support him. I'm already subscribed to the page. And, I don't know, man. He was being diplomatic there some. As he said, he was not trying to go hard on Munchie B. He had took exception to what Munchie B said, and I don't know. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, he made some points. I mean, he said, hey, it's okay to kick it with Poetic Flacco at work, but not after. You're upset with me about Poetic Flacco, but not everyone else. Hell, Poetic Flacco just working at No Jumper. Then he said, you sit down with PDFs and dudes that were 50-50, do content with them or interviews with them. What's the difference? When you working in a content space, you're going to be dealing with people that you may not necessarily want to deal with or may not necessarily deal with in your personal life. But this is your job. This is content, so you may deal with them. And as far as the snitching thing is concerned, I mean, yes, of course. That's just plain. If someone goes to jail over something that you said, yeah, you're going to be considered a snitch. You know what I'm saying? I said that it's not snitching in the sense that I don't think Munchie B was trying to say anything, that he was not deliberately trying to snitch on someone. He didn't go to the police station either. But still, a slippage of the tongue, and that's what I believe that was. But it's not going to change the fact. If someone goes down for the slippage of the tongue, yeah, you still in trouble, a whole lot of trouble. You in big trouble. Whether you meant to do that or not, that's what happened. Yeah, it's all bad. I certainly agree with that. That's why we have to be careful what we say. Shouldn't be speaking on any open cases. No one, including myself, because I'm not perfect either. Shouldn't be speaking on any open cases or any cases that's not past the statute of limitation. And if it's a murder, it's not past the statute of limitation. And if no one has already went down for it, if someone is not already in prison for it, right, shouldn't be speaking on it. Rule of thumb for myself too from now on, just to be careful, man, because, anyone can have a slippage of the tongue. Look what happened with Munchie B. That's what happened. He misspoke. Like Spoety said, I don't know if he was loaded, whatever. He misspoke. And there's a whole lot of fallout from that, a whole lot of backlash still months later. And it looked like it's getting worse, the fallout from it. Why they hit YG and all that, I don't know either. I don't know the particulars of that situation with Draco the Ruler, how YG may be involved, Munchie being I never got involved in it. I was locked up when that went down. But it is not good. None of it's good. I'm sure if Munchie B could take that statement back, he would. There's been a lot going on over that. But okay, there you have it, man. So Spoety Face says that hey, he went at it with his own homies, basically. Dudes from 609, 40, the neighborhoods didn't want him at No Jumper. Programming, co-hosted with Munchie B. And at some point, someone told him, Give us his low. Drop his low. Give us his location. Man. And he said he didn't do it, obviously. He said, if that's not genuine, I don't know what is. I mean, that's tough. So some things are coming out now. He said he's not gonna go back and forth. He's gonna leave it like that. But he said if Munchie B says something else again, then who knows? But I mean, we'll see what happens, man. See if Munchie B is gonna leave it right there, if he has a response to this or not. If they're gonna go back and forth for a little while, I don't know. It doesn't look like Spoety Face is inclined to do so. As he said, he wasn't trying to do too much, go too hard. That he did want to respond and get some of this stuff off. He said some stuff there. He revealed some things about his homies being upset about him sitting down up there to begin with. And again, wanting him to drop Munchie B's low. Whoa. So it's a lot going on, man, as usual on the internet. We'll see what happens. Shout out to Munchie B. Shout out to Spoety Face. Y'all go over there and help Spoety Face get his channel back going. Help me get this damn channel going. And subscribe to my other channel, The Unwoke Culture. The link is in the description. And yes, I do still have my other channel, Reactionary Politics. That link is in the description as well. Man, I'm going to work. Got time to be playing. Stay safe and stay free, people.